All right, so let's talk about the Project Management Office, the PMO. As organizations grow, so do their projects. And without a centralized oversight, things can quickly spiral, leading to duplicated work, inconsistent approaches, missed targets. That's where the Project Management Office, or PMO, comes in. It's the brain behind the projects. The PMO doesn't just supervise, it shapes how projects are run. Let's break that down. So what is a PMO? A PMO is a centralized group within an organization that focuses on how projects are managed. It defines the project management standards, supports how resources are allocated, and helps maintain governance. Think of it as the backbone of your project ecosystem, quietly guiding how everything flows. But PMOs aren't one size fits all. They vary depending on how much authority and control they have. So, let's look at the 3 core types you'll see in practice. 1. Supportive PMO. This is the least intrusive mode. It provides guidance, templates, tools, but it doesn't enforce anything. It's like a coach on the sidelines, offering advice, not calling the shots. For example, a PMO that provides tools and training, but leaves project decisions to the teams. 2. Controlling PMO. This one goes a bit further. It supports teams, but it also checks that standards are being followed. It might review plans, check for compliance, or ensure that teams are using the same reporting structure. It's not just about helping. It enforces governance to maintain consistency. For instance, a PMO that requires regular status reports in a standard format, or performs quarterly audits on project documentation. 3. Directive PMO. This is the command center. It assigns project managers, manages execution, and owns delivery results. In this case, the PMO doesn't just define the process, it runs the projects themselves. Project managers report into the PMO, and it holds direct accountability for success. Imagine a PMO in a large global firm where all PMs are staffed by the office, and project delivery is centrally tracked. And just to be clear, a good PMO doesn't slow things down. It helps remove distractions so teams can focus on what really matters. So, let's talk about where the PMO is heading. Because in adaptive environments, the traditional PMO model doesn't quite fit anymore. We don't always call them PMOs in Agile. Instead, you'll hear terms like Value Delivery Office. It's not a downgrade, it's a shift. A shift from enforcing rules to enabling teams, from managing projects to delivering value. Now the question is, why the shift from PMO to VDO? Well, traditional PMOs focused on compliance, control, and making sure teams followed the same standards. But in agile and hybrid environments, that's not enough. We need speed, flexibility, decentralized decision-making, and continuous value delivery. That's where the VDO comes in. Instead of managing from above, it supports teams, helping them solve problems, adapt quickly, and focus on what matters most. What is a Value Delivery Office? You can think of the VDO as the next step in the PMO evolution. It focuses on supporting cross-functional teams, helping agile and hybrid methods take root, tracking value, not just whether tasks are complete, making sure teams are always learning and improving. A traditional PMO usually had more top-down control. But the VDO builds a culture of coaching, not command and control. Think of the agile VDO as a GPS, not a traffic cop. It doesn't stop you. It shows the best route forward. VDO versus traditional PMO at a glance. Enforces standards. Enables agility and value flow. Tracks scope, cost, schedule. Tracks outcomes and business value. Focuses on compliance. Focuses on continuous improvement. Assigns PMs and tools. Coaches teams and co-creates practices. Uses static templates. Supports evolving frameworks. Note, PMI's updated guidance reflects this shift. It's no longer just about managing individual projects. It's about delivering value across the entire system. Let's zoom out for a moment. Because project management isn't just about delivering tasks, it's about delivering strategic results. And that's exactly where organizational project management, or OPM, comes into play. If strategy is the map, then OPM is the GPS that keeps you on course, from vision to execution. So what exactly is OPM? It is a framework that aligns projects, programs, and portfolios with an organization's strategic goals. And here's what makes it powerful. It connects the three layers of project work so that everything runs with efficiency, consistency, and most importantly, strategic alignment. Imagine it like a triangle with three layers. Portfolio management, are we doing the right work? Program management, are we coordinating the right outcomes? Project management, are we delivering the right outputs? And OPM? It links all three to the organization's business strategy, so that every single project serves a larger purpose. Why does OPM matter? To understand this, we need to first understand what happens without OPM. You might see teams chasing unrelated goals, portfolios loaded with low-value work, or projects that succeed technically, but fail to deliver real ROI. With OPM, strategy is turned into actionable work. Teams stay aligned across the company. Resources are allocated to the most valuable tasks. PMI highlights this. Organizations with strong OPM capabilities are far more likely to meet their objectives. Because with OPM, strategy and execution speak the same language. For example, let's say a healthcare company has a strategic goal: patient-centric digital care. With OPM in place, the portfolio includes digital tools, AI diagnostics, and patient portals. One program focuses on improving online consultations, and under that, one project builds a mobile app with real-time chat. Without OPM, these projects might overlap, miss strategic outcomes, or misallocate funds. With OPM, each initiative contributes to a clear, value-based outcome, and the result is better patient experience. To sum it up, good project management delivers outputs. Great OPM delivers outcomes that matter. Let's step back for a second. Because in project management, not everything is a project. Some efforts are bigger, some are more strategic. And sometimes, you've got multiple projects grouped under one umbrella. That's why we talk about three levels of work: projects, programs, and portfolios. Each one plays a different role, but for organizations to succeed, they all must work together. You need to understand that projects deliver outputs, programs deliver outcomes, portfolios deliver value. Let's break that down. So what is a program? A program is a group of related projects, all managed together to get benefits you wouldn't get by managing them one at a time. Here's the mindset shift. Programs don't just deliver outputs, they deliver outcomes. For example, imagine a digital HR program. It might include a new onboarding system, training modules for managers, employee feedback tools. Each project delivers a piece of the puzzle, but together, the program delivers a bigger, more meaningful outcome, a better employee experience. What is a portfolio? Now let's take another step up. A portfolio is a collection of projects, programs, and sometimes operations, all grouped to support your organization's strategic goals. So let's say you've got an HR portfolio. That might include the digital HR program, a standalone compliance audit project, a workforce planning initiative. Each effort has its own purpose, but they're all connected because together they support the bigger HR strategy. So if a program delivers a result, the portfolio makes sure that result aligns with business goals. You could understand it this way: projects build things, programs integrate things, portfolios fund the right things. Let's make this concrete. Let's say your company wants to launch a new mobile banking experience. Here's what happens. The portfolio management team approves this as a strategic priority. Under this, the program team launches UI or UX design project, back-end infrastructure project, cybersecurity integration project. Each is a project managed for delivery. Together they form a program managed for business outcome. And all of it sits under a portfolio managed for enterprise value.